ACT2. It is the 1940s. The younger Jayraj and Ratna are standing patiently while Amrishal censures them. There is a paper on the coffee table. It is 2 days after Jayraj and Ratna had left home. Evidently they have come back, defeated. AMRITLAL. Alright, I will allow it. I realize, of course, that you have come back more out of necessity than any real intention of patching up what you have undone. I don't mind. It doesn't give me much pleasure to know that, but I don't mind. And I don't gain much pleasure by reminding you that you had vowed never to come back to this house. No, I won't remind you of that. I am above it, but I definitely mind your silence. It carries too much hate. It never was my intention to get you to hate me. What parent would want that from his children? So I have changed my mind. I will allow you to dance. And I shall be very happy if you can earn your livelihood from it. If you ask me for money, I shall not refuse, but I will be disappointed. I have been wise enough to invest my money in the right places. But don't think you have a right to all my wealth. I have far better things to do with it than hand it over to you. You may carry on using my library as your practice hall, and your guru may come here twice a week in the mornings. I hope I have made myself clear. No response. Have I made myself clear? JAIRAJ. Yes, very clear. Moves to the stairs. AMRITLAL. And Jayraj. Jayraj stops. Don't grow your hair any longer. Jayraj exits. To Ratna. And you need not learn from anyone else. You understand? Ratna. You are very kind. AMRITLAL. I want to see you both happy. Ratna, sarcastically. We are. AMRITLAL. Are you? Ratna, can't you tell? Pause. AMRITLAL. Do you know where a man's happiness lies? Ratna, no. AMRITLAL. In being a man. Ratna, that sounds profound. What does it mean? AMRITLAL. Does Jayraj know where his happiness lies? Ratna, he does, but I don't think it fits in with your idea of where it should be. AMRITLAL. Yes, I am aware of that, and I am disappointed with that. Ratna, well, I'm sorry that you are disappointed. There is nothing much I can do about it. Pause. AMRITLAL. You can do a lot. Ratna, I don't think I know what you mean. AMRITLAL. I have seen the world, and I can recognize a clever woman when I see one. Ratna, thank you, I think. AMRITLAL. How do you feel? How do you feel dancing with your husband? What do you think of him when you see him all dressed and made up? Ratna, you seem to forget. I married him because he is a dancer. AMRITLAL. That's what he believes. I'm a little harder to convince. Ratna, it's the truth. AMRITLAL. Is it? Ratna, yes. AMRITLAL. Or did you marry him because he would let you dance? Ratna, that too. AMRITLAL. More of that than the first? Ratna, a little ruffled. Well, yes. AMRITLAL. And you are intelligent enough to realize now that the decision to let you dance is in my hands, not his. Ratna, you have made that very clear. AMRITLAL. Don't worry, I have no intention of stopping you. I will let you dance. Ratna, and Jayraj? You do want to prevent him from dancing, don't you? In spite of what you said. AMRITLAL. A woman in a man's world may be considered as being progressive, but a man in a woman's world is pathetic. Ratna, maybe we aren't progressive enough. AMRITLAL. That isn't being progressive, that is sick. Ratna, then why did you tell him just now that he could dance? AMRITLAL. Tell me, how good is he as a dancer? Ratna, he's good. AMRITLAL. Good, not brilliant, and you? Ratna, well, if I practice hard then. AMRITLAL. Then you might become famous? Ratna, I might. AMRITLAL. Just as I thought, he is wasting his time. Poor boy. Ratna, he isn't. AMRITLAL. It's up to you now. Ratna, what? AMRITLAL. Help me make him an adult. Help me to help him grow up. Ratna, how? Pause. AMRITLAL. It is hard for me to explain. I leave it to you. Help me and I'll never prevent you from dancing. I know it will take time, but it must be done. Ratna, I will try. AMRITLAL. You have to do better than that. Ratna, more definite. All right. Moves towards the kitchen. Amritlal sits doten. She stops and turns. And once he stops dancing, what will you do with him then? AMRITLAL. Make him worthy of you. Ratna exits. Amritlal picks up the newspaper and becomes the older Jairaj. A telephone rings. The lights brighten. The garden changes into the living room, where the telephone is ringing. JAIRAJ. Ratna. The older Ratna enters from the kitchen. Ratna. Phone calls, all morning. If it's that Mutia again, I'll. Answers the phone. Hello. Oh, hello, Drive. Gouda, how nice of you to call. And thank you for the flowers. Lata was so pleased. Yes, thank you. Oh, thank you. Yes, I'll tell her. She will be thrilled to hear that. Why, yes, why shouldn't she be thrilled? Compliments like these from you I don't mean because you are a minister or anything like that, but you are so knowledgeable about dance and also known to be so critical. If people like you praise her, then she has every reason to be thrilled. And if a person no less than the President of India gave her a standing ovation. Of course, as soon as Lata finished her Tilana, he stood up and applauded. JAIRAJ looks up from his paper. He was in a hurry to go to the toilet. Ratna waves to him to shut up. Anyway, I really do appreciate you taking the trouble to call, especially since you are busy organizing the Indian festival in Canada. I can wake Lata up, but she is too tired. And after last night's performance she deserves a rest. Still, if you wish I could call her, then I'll ask her to call you back. No, it's no trouble, I'll ask her to call you back. JAIRAJ. Especially since you're busy organizing the Indian festival in Canada. Ratna, and if you want any help from us in organizing, please do not hesitate to ask us. Jairaj and I will be pleased. After all, we've known you for so many years now, we are like a family. JAIRAJ, impatiently. You're overdoing it. Ratna waves for him to keep quiet. By the by, have you decided on your selection committee? You must have more dancers this time. Not like the France fiasco. Laughs. Oh, you have? Anyone we know? Who? Shocked. Who? Chandrakala? Quickly. Yes, of course. A very good dancer 20 years ago. Of course I'm happy for her daughter Mala. JAIRAJ. Oh no. Ratna, well, it helps to have your mother on the selection committee. Oh, I don't mean that Chandra Kala Devi would be partial. There is such a thing as ethics. Jairaj. Is there? Ratna, but you will have the final say, won't you? Oh, that's good. Oh, I am sorry. Of course, I didn't realize I was keeping you from important work. Thank you so much. I replaces the phone. Jairaj. Don't push. You make yourself obvious. Ratna, I'm not pushing. He called. Goes towards the bedroom. Jairaj. Exactly. If he called, then he liked her. There's no need for you to force. Ratna, calling out, Lata, to Jairaj. Rubbish. Within the next few hours he'll forget about her. What with that Chandra Kala after him? Jairaj. How do you know she's after him? Ratna, he's put her on the selection committee. Calls out, Lata, are you awake? To Jairaj. You say I'm pushing myself by talking to him. Chandra Kala is probably sitting on his lap. Jairaj. She couldn't. Ratna, HMPF. That's what you think. Jairaj. She's far too fat and he's far too skinny. Ratna, calling out, Lata. Lata, off. Yes, Mummy, I'm awake. Give me 5 minutes. Jairaj. Doesn't she want to read her review? Ratna, she's afraid it's going to be bad. Jairaj. But it's a rave review. Didn't you tell her? Ratna, I thought I would surprise her. Let her come down. Do you want more coffee? Jairaj. Alright, not too sweet. Ratna, then afterwards you can go to the news stall and buy the Herald and the Times. Jairaj. Only the Express gives reviews the very next day. The others take at least another day. Ratna, not this time. They all promised. I promised C.V. Suri I would make him the chief guest at Navratri Utsav. Exits to the kitchen. Jairaj. Shouting to Ratna. They have to give it in the same night. Most of them don't have the time. Unless they write the review before the performance, which sometimes they do. The phone rings. Ratna. Ratna enters and goes towards the phone. Yes, yes, sit there. Reading a newspaper while the whole world is knocking at our door. Answers the phone. Hello, sweetly. Oh hello, Seshadri. Did you sleep well? Yes, we read the Express. That C.V. Suri is such an intelligent critic, he really knows his subject. For what, Sesha? No, really. I don't know why you are apologizing. No, Sesha. It is really nothing. So what if you gave her the wrong tala in the beginning? I immediately stopped you, didn't I? Anyway, don't worry. It happens to the best of people. How is Chandra Kala? Please congratulate her on my behalf. Oh, you don't know? I thought she might have told you. Devaraj Gowda has put her on the selection team to choose dancers for Canada. I am so happy for her and Mala. Well, I'll tell you a secret. Devaraj called me and asked me if I wanted to be on the committee. Since I know almost all the dancers personally, it would be a very delicate situation for me to choose. But I told him that he mustn't waste any time in asking Chandra Kala. She is just the person, I told him. Oh, it is nothing. After all, what are friends for? What? Yes, certainly. Don't worry. I will see that you get in. Don't worry, Sesha. Within this year you will be in Canada. Yes. You must excuse me now. I think the milk is boiling. Thank you for calling. So kind of you. Yes, I'll tell her. Replaces the phone. One of these days I'm going to break his meridionum on his head. Moves towards the kitchen. Will idlis do or shall I make doses for breakfast? Exits without waiting for an answer. Jayraj folds his paper and puts it down. Viswas enters, looking very excited. He has 2 papers with him. Viswas. Did you read them? Herald and Times. Rave reviews. Jairaj. Did you read Express? Viswas. No. Let me see it. He takes the Express eagerly and Jayraj takes the Herald and the Times as eagerly. They both simultaneously turn the pages. Jairaj. Reading. Lata Parekh, star of the festival. Viswas. Reading. Lata excels. Wow. Jairaj. Flicks through the other paper. Lata leaves rest behind. Wait till she reads this. Viswas reads while Jayraj goes towards the bedroom and calls out to Lata. Jairaj. Calling out. Lata, come and read your rave reviews. Lata, off. I'm coming. Jairaj. Viswas is here. Lata, off. Oh, in that case, give me 2 minutes. Viswas. Reading. Blessed with a supple figure and expressive face. Lata Parekh executed the Adavis neatly and with precision. Jairaj. Calls into the kitchen. Viswas is here. Ratna, off. I'll make another cup. Ask him whether he has had breakfast. Viswas. Reading. Her Nritya and Abhataya were unparalleled and truly remarkable in a dancer so young in years. Under the expert guidance of her parents SMT, Ratna and Shri Jayraj Parekh, she has blossomed into a superlative dancer. This is one star which will shine bright in the sky of Bharatanatyam. Jairaj. Reading. Her Angashuta and grip over rhythm stand head and shoulders above the rest, even surpassing veterans like Chandrakala Devi. Truly, Lata Parekh, with perseverance and dedication, will find her place amongst legendary artistes like Balasaraswati and Rukmini Devi. Viswas. That's great, that's really, I don't know what Angashuta and all that means, but it sounds simply wonderful. Jairaj. She's a genius, that's what it means. Our daughter is a genius. Viswas. A shining star in the sky of Bharatanatyam. Jairaj. These critics get carried away now and then. Viswas. Who cares? They liked her. They adored her. Ratna enters with coffee. You see, haven't all the critics? Lata enters. Immediately both men stand up and applaud. Jairaj. The discovery of the decade. Viswas. A shining star. Lata makes a mock namaste. Ratna places the tray on the table with a forced smile. Lata, thank you, one and all. Ratna, with a catch in her voice. Congratulations, Lata. They embrace. Now, sit down and drink your coffee. Jairaj. And read your reviews. Gives Lata the papers. Here and here. Lata and Jayraj sit. Ratna, Viswas, I hope you are staying for breakfast. Viswas. Oh, no, thanks. I've had mine already. Ratna, it's only idlis. You can eat 1 or 2. Viswas laughs uncomfortably. Ratna exits to the kitchen. Viswas sits. Lata, still reading. I can't believe it. Jairaj. You'd better. You are famous now. Lata, mostly mummy's efforts, pushing me forward. Jairaj. I wouldn't give her the credit entirely. Lotta, reading and laughing. This one actually liked my Tilana. Her sculpturesque poses and flourishes were truly delightful to view. That's a laugh. Jairaj. They were very good, even though you made them all up. Lotta, giggles. I forgot the last Jothi and simply posed till the music finished, and I finished with a flourish. Viswas. But I like those poses. They did remind me of sculptures like, you know, the one you see on postcards where the dancer is talking to a parrot or something. Jairaj. In the Tilana she wasn't supposed to be talking to a parrot. Viswas. Anyway, it looked good. Jairaj. How can it look good? She had no business talking to a parrot in the middle of a Tilana. Viswas. Ah, but we didn't know that. And I liked the way she finished with a flourish. We knew then it was time to clap. Jairaj. Coldly. Drink your coffee. Lotta, reading and laughing loudly. This one is hysterical. Her rendition of the Ashtapadi from Gita Govindam was tenderly intense and intensely tender. The audience was transported to Gokulam and witnessed Radha pining for the divine lover, who has failed to arrive. Lotta's tearful expression and heaving bosom conveyed all that was humanly possible. Laughing, to Viswas, my bosom was heaving because I was breathless from the Varnam. Viswas. I didn't quite like that one. Jairaj. You didn't like Jayadev's Gita Govindam? Viswas. Oh no. Jairaj. No? Viswas. Oh no, no, I mean, I don't have anything against him. Jairaj. Then what was it you didn't like? Viswas. Well, nothing. Well, on second thoughts, I quite liked it. Jairaj. To Lotta. Your friend didn't like the Ashtapadi. Ask him what was wrong with it. Lotta, still reading. Huh? Viswas. I didn't say I didn't like the Ashtapadi. Jairaj. You did. Viswas. No, I didn't. You want to say? Jairaj. Oh, you mean I'm hearing things. I'm growing old. Is that what Viswas? No, I loved the Ashtapadi. How can I hate something when I don't even know what it means? Lotta, but you can love it, I notice. Viswas. Well, it was tenderly intense and intensely tender and all that. But Jairaj. But what, you didn't like her interpretation? What did you want her to do? Talk to her parrot while she is waiting? Viswas. No, I didn't mean that. Lotta, Vishy, you're being wishy-washy again. Jairaj. Speak up, son. Lotta, what was it that you didn't like? Viswas. It was too erotic. Silence. Jairaj. My wife danced that same item 30 years ago. Viswas. I admire her courage. Lotta. Lotta, so you feel it shouldn't be done? Viswas. Uncomfortably. I really can't say. I don't know much about these things. Jairaj. But you think you know enough to pass judgment. Viswas. I'm not passing judgment. I simply gave my opinion, that's all. Jairaj. I'm glad you have an opinion. You are welcome to it for whatever it is worth. Viswas. Look, I know I'm not very knowledgeable on the subject. I merely said that because it was Lotta who was dancing and Jairaj. Finish what you were saying. Viswas remained silent. So now we are getting closer to your opinions. You don't want Lotta dancing erotic numbers. Lotta, Daddy, you make it sound so crude. Erotic numbers. Jairaj. There's nothing crude about it. I danced the same item. For the army, a friend of ours arranged a program and the money was good. Your mother was too scared and they only wanted a woman. So I wore your mother's costume, a wig and whatever else was necessary to make me look like a woman and danced. They loved it. They loved it even more when they found out I was a man. Of course, knowing the army, that may not be very surprising. To Viswas, what do you say about that? Viswas. I admire your courage. Look, I don't mean I object to her dancing. It is her passion and it wouldn't be fair for me to. All I'm saying is that. What am I saying? Thanks. Yes. That it really isn't necessary to make it so, you know. At least I don't think so. Of course, you may think so, but I don't. And I don't know what she thinks about it so. Shrugs his shoulders and laughs nervously. Lotta, it was choreographed by Daddy 30 years ago for Mummy. They won critical acclaim abroad for pieces like the Ashtapadi. I fail to see why I can't perform the same piece today. Viswas. Yes, of course, if that's what you really want. Nobody's stopping you. Jairaj. Lucky for her. In the old days. Lotta, to Viswas. Do you want to stop me? You can't, but do you want to? Pause. Viswas. Do you remember what you told me? In this very room? One right away, and another let us see? Lotta, smiling. Yes. Viswas, sincerely. Does that still hold good? Lotta, returning his sincerity. Yes. Viswas. Thank you. I hope your father will teach you some more. Ashtapadis. To Jairaj. Now if you don't mind, I have to rush to the shop and supervise the making of jalebis. My father is busy chasing government officials to sanction a plan for a multi-storied mithai complex. Jairaj. That would be a paradise for the Marwari community. Lotta, won't you stay for breakfast? Viswas. No, I really must go before the cooks steal all the ghee. I'll just make my excuses to your mother and be on my way. Exits to the kitchen. Lotta, what do you think of him? Jairaj. A bit strange, isn't he? Lotta, sighs. He has his quirks, like the rest of us. Jairaj. Wonder what his father is like. Lotta, you'll soon meet him. Collects all the newspapers. Viswas. Enters and speaks hesitantly. I think you'd better see how your mother is feeling. Lotta and Jairaj get up. Lotta, what's wrong? Viswas. She is sitting there in the kitchen and crying. Lotta, Mummy, exits to the kitchen in a hurry. Jairaj slowly sits down. Viswas. Mind you, she could have been cutting onions. I didn't notice. Jairaj. To himself. She will be all right. She is crying. Viswas. If you need me I could stay. No response. But I should really be going. So if you don't mind, bye. No response. Shrugs his shoulders and mutters. Strange people. Exits through the living room. Lotta enters with Ratna. Ratna, it's all right. Lata, why don't you go up and lie down for a while? Ratna, no, I'm okay. Lata, sit down. Shall I make you some coffee? Ratna, sits. No, just put the cooker on the stove. Lata picks up the tray of coffee. Jairaj. Breakfast isn't ready? What were you doing in the kitchen? Lata looks Jairaj disapprovingly and exits to the kitchen with the tray. One of your headaches? Or is it depression now that the excitement of Lata's performance is over? It's too early in the day to drink. Ratna, I don't want to drink. Jairaj. Then any particular reason for this change in mood? Ratna, don't you have changes in moods? Jairaj. Yes, but I don't sit in the kitchen crying. Ratna, no, you sit in this room drinking. Jairaj. I strongly recommend it. It keeps you from crying. Look at me. I never cry. Ratna, that is because you are a man. Jairaj. Thank you. You haven't been so complimentary on previous occasions. Ratna, now don't start. Jairaj. Alright, we won't discuss my gender. Let's talk about you. Ratna, same thing. You talk about me, we talk about you. Jairaj. Not if I choose the subject. Ratna, when were we ever short of subjects? Jairaj. A suitable subject. You are 60 and I'm 62. It's time we become selective. Ratna, what subject? Jairaj. Shankar. Pause. Ratna, pleading, anything but that, please. Jairaj. Oh, that displeases you immensely, doesn't it? Ratna, go on, say it, do your worst. I'm too tired to fight it. Jairaj. No, that would be too easy. Let's talk about something else. Ratna, you never talk, you attack. Jairaj. That I learned from you. Let's talk about Lata. Ratna, what about her? Jairaj. She is a dancer. Ratna, of course. Everyone has recognized that now, after my efforts. Jairaj. Our efforts. Ratna, yes. Jairaj. And you are happy? Ratna, what a question to ask. Jairaj. Are you happy for her? Ratna, of course. She is on her way to fame, which is what I wanted for her. She had my blessings and guidance, and now that her performance has been noticed by the right people, it shouldn't be very difficult for her to. Naturally, she will have to practice very hard and take her career very seriously. And then there's the foreign festival. I shall try my level best to see that she is included. I will use all my contacts and see that she is in. Yes, I have every reason to feel happy. Jairaj. Have you read the reviews? Ratna, not all of them, not yet. Jairaj. Don't you want to read them? Ratna, yes, I was meaning to. Jairaj. Why didn't you read them earlier? Ratna picks up the papers. Well, I'll read them now. I was busy earlier what with Viswas dropping in and. Jairaj. He brought the papers. Ratna searches the papers nervously. Yes, but I was in the kitchen. Jairaj. Weren't you interested in knowing what kind of reviews? Ratna, I know what kind of reviews she's got. Jairaj, you haven't even looked. Ratna, shouting, I heard, rave reviews, the star of the festival, the dancer of the decade, and why shouldn't she get reviews like these? I deserved it, spending sleepless nights arranging things. Sweet-talking the critics. My hard work has paid off, hasn't it? Hasn't it? Takes the papers and makes for the bedroom. Jairaj. Where are you going? Ratna, I have to paste these reviews in our album. Jairaj. Our album? Ratna, yes. Jairaj. You're going to paste her reviews in our album? Ratna, why not? There's plenty of space. Jairaj. She deserves an album of her own. Ratna, we don't have another album in the house. Jairaj. Well, it's time we did. Ratna, alright, you go and buy one. But these I'm pasting in my album. Jairaj. Our album. Ratna, yes. Jairaj. You are not pasting these reviews in our album. Ratna, I will. Jairaj. They don't belong there. Silence. Those critics gave her good reviews because she deserved them. They weren't doing you any favors. Face it, woman. Lada, off, cheerfully. Breakfast is ready. Come and get it. Jairaj. I'm sorry, Ratna. I don't want to see you pasting those reviews in our album pretending they're yours. Lada, off. I'm serving hot idlis. Eat them while they're hot. Jairaj. Come, let's have breakfast. Ratna, weakly, I'm not hungry, goes towards the bedroom, clutching the papers to her heart. Jairaj. Ratna stops. At least you have a daughter to be jealous of. Ratna breaks down. Oh, exits quickly to her bedroom. Flute music takes over. Jairaj exits to the kitchen. The living room changes to the garden, bathed in moonlight. After a while the younger Ratna and Jairaj enter from the garden. Ratna is wearing a splendid Bharatanatyam costume which she has covered with a shawl. Jairaj is in an ordinary kurta pajama suit. He is evidently drunk. Jairaj. Walk in, the doors of hell are wide open. Ratna, shish. Jairaj. Come in, Ratna Devi. Into the house of Sri Amritlal Parekh. Jairaj. Mockingly. Oh, the baby, I forgot about him. Our little baby is fast asleep. We mustn't disturb him. Where are you going, Ratna? Up, to see if he's all right. Jairaj. Yes, let's go up, to see if baby's all right. Ratna, you stay right here, till you learn to be quiet. Jairaj. Oh, I will be quiet. Whispers, real quiet. Come, let's go up. Real quiet, hiccups loudly. Ratna pushes him away. Stay here, you drunkard. Don't you dare come up. Exits to the bedroom. Jairaj to himself. Yes, I'll stay here. You go and see how our little Shankar is sleeping. Make sure his nose is dry and his bed isn't wet. His grandfather checks his mattress every morning. He even turns him over and checks his backside. Then grandfather sticks his finger in his mouth and checks his gums. Once his teeth are fully grown, I hope he bites him. Makes a snapping motion. Then when he grows up, I'll teach him how to dance the dance of Shiva. The dance of a man. And when he is ready, I'll bring him to his grandfather and make him dance on his head the Tandava Nritya. Strikes the Nataraja pose and hops about wildly. The Lord of Dance, beating his drum and trampling on the demon. Loses his balance and crashes. Ratna enters and helps him to his feet. How is our little Lord of Dance? Ratna: I don't know. I was too scared to wake him, so I didn't turn on the lamp. I just stood there by him, but he didn't make a sound. Jairaj: Good, very good. He is in dreamland. Let him stay there. It's a far better place than this. Tomorrow I'm going to have a board hung outside this house saying, if ever there is a paradise, it isn't this, it isn't this, it isn't this. Ratna: Where is that Nuaya? Probably fast asleep on the kitchen floor. She should have been near the baby, in case he gets hungry. Jairaj: You should have been near the baby. Ratna: I should have asked you to stay back. At least you would have been of some use here. Jairaj: You didn't think I was useful there? I clapped the loudest. Claps loudly. Ratna: Stop it, I'm going to bed, you can sleep here. Jairaj: Oh, have I disappointed you? You don't want to sleep with me? Never again? Ratna: Don't talk nonsense. You are in no condition to be sleeping next to my baby. You stink. Jairaj: And our baby can sleep next to you with your strong smell of jasmine and cheap attar? Ratna removes her shawl and throws it at Jairaj. Here, don't bother coming up. Jairaj, admiring Ratna's costume. What a beauty you are. Is that why you like to dance? To have men admire your assets? Ratna, scornfully, why do you dance? Jairaj, mocking. Oh, but I don't. I'm not good enough. Ratna, how can you be when you're drunk half the time? Jairaj: Oh, I thought I drank because I wasn't good enough. Like the riddle, which came first, the egg or the chicken? Ratna: You can riddles all you want. I'm tired. Jairaj: Wait, I want to talk. Ratna: What about? Jairaj: Anything. I just want to talk to somebody. Even you. Ratna: I'm tired. Jairaj: The choice is between you and the ayah sleeping on the kitchen floor. I choose you. Ratna: I choose to go to bed. Goes towards the bedroom. Jairaj: Good idea. Also goes towards the bedroom. Ratna turns around. What do you want from me? Jairaj: The decency to talk to me when I'm lonely. Ratna: Talk about what? Talk about how you insult me in front of other people. How you make me feel ashamed of you. How disgusting you are. Oh, for God's sake, Jairaj, do something useful before it's too late. Jairaj: Do something that's useful to you, you mean. Ratna: Do something, do anything, but stop this mockery. Jairaj: Do anything except be a dancer. Do something useful like choreographing items for you, or playing the flute. Ratna: You are not even good at that anymore. Jairaj: Whose fault is that? Ratna: You go on drowning yourself in country liquor and ask me. Whose fault is that? Jairaj: Whose fault is it that only you get invitations to dance? Ratna: Surely not mine. Jairaj: For 1 full year. For 1 full year I refused to dance, turning down offers because I didn't want to dance alone. Ratna, I didn't ask for such a sacrifice. Tell me what you want in return. I'll do anything except sacrifice a year of my life in return. Jairaj. I want you to give me back my self-esteem. Ratna, when did I ever take it? Jairaj. Bit by bit, you took it when you insisted on top billing in all our programs. You took it when you made me dance my weakest items. You took it when you arranged the lighting so that I was literally dancing in your shadow. And when you called me names in front of other people, names I feel ashamed to repeat even in private, and you call me disgusting. Ratna, you just don't want to face it. It is me they want to see dancing. Jairaj. A young beautiful woman, yes. Ratna, a young beautiful woman, and you are jealous of me for that? What kind of a man are you? Jairaj. Oh, you are so clever. No wonder you get along well with him. Ratna, get along well with whom? Jairaj. My father, it was him, wasn't it? Ratna, I don't know what you. Jairaj. Don't pretend, I am not blind. Why did he allow us to dance? He knew he had us in his hands when we came back to him. We would have listened to anything he said. Ratna, you would have listened, not me. Yes, he realized he couldn't stop me, but he could stop you through me. Jairaj. You mean he would sooner watch me turn into a drunkard than see me dance? Ratna, that is your own doing. He regrets it happened this way and so do I. Jairaj. Do you? I think you prefer it this way. He lets you do what you want and you have me out of your way. He in turn is grateful to you. My father is always asking me to grow up. Well, this is a perverse way of thrusting me into adulthood. Ratna, to each his own perversity. Jairaj. And what is yours? Ratna, agreeing with your father, letting you off so that he could shape you into whatever shape he thinks a man should have. I should have guessed the result. When I say I regret it, I really mean that. Jairaj. Oh, you are brilliant. I truly am jealous of you. You are quite a looker, quite a dancer and quite an actress. One has to hand it to you. You really have style, not to mention brains. You destroy me first, then give the impression that there wasn't much to destroy in the first place, then blame it all on my father, then suggest one make myself useful by being your stage prop, then use words like regret, and expect me to shrug my shoulders, resign myself and believe that my calling in life is to serve you. Thank you very much for the talk. It has been an illuminating one. Good night. It's time to feed the baby. Lies down on the sofa and covers himself with the shawl. Ratna, oh, how easily you fool yourself. You think you are covered, don't you? Throws the shawl away from Jairaj. I'm not going to let you off so easily. You can't blame us for your state and get away with it. What do you want? Ask yourself, do you want freedom? You had it and you came back to your prison. He covers himself again. Do you want to dance? Removes the shawl. He shuts his eyes and pretends to be asleep. Why didn't you accept those invitations when they came? Was it because of me or were you too afraid that if you danced alone, your mediocrity would be exposed? Yes. Ask yourself your true worth and you will get your answer. Yes, I did cut you off but then you deserved it. So don't come to me saying I destroyed you. I didn't have to. You did it all by yourself. And don't expect me to feel sorry for you, because I'm too busy feeling sorry for myself and Shankar. When he is a little older, he will feel the need for a father. Oh, you will be around all right. Where will you go? But all he will see is your exterior. It won't take him long to realize that, points to his head, there's nobody home. Moves towards the bedroom. Jairaj. Pause, then suddenly. If you take the trouble to knock, you'll find someone home. Gets up. Are you all there for Shankar? He needs you now. Where are you? Ratna. I know my duties and my capabilities. And I have always taken pride in knowing where I stand. Jairaj. Over there, in that loud costume, screaming out to everyone. Here I am. Is that where you are? Ratna. That's really fancy, coming from a drunkard like you. Jairaj. No matter how clever an actress you are, you can't convince me that you are playing the part of devoted mother very well. You wouldn't even know where to start. Ratna. I can start by ending this sick talk with you and feeding the baby. If you have nothing else to say, good night. Jairaj. Scornfully. Feeding the baby. That won't be necessary. He is fast asleep. He won't miss his meal. Ratna. How do you know? He usually wakes up at this hour. Jairaj. Not on the nights you perform. Ratna. What do you mean? Jairaj. The ayah. Ratna. Attentively. Go on. Jairaj. You wouldn't know. An old trick banded down from one generation of ayahs to the next. I know. I was raised by one. Ratna. Grimly. Opium. Jairaj. Effective, isn't it? He hasn't cried at all. Don't worry, they always give just the right amount. Ratna. Panicky. She too? Jairaj. Yes, she too. She too wants a restful sleep on the kitchen floor, same as her mother and her mother's mother. Ratna. She too has given. Shankar. Jairaj. Gets up. What do you mean? A low beat on the Muradhanam is heard. Ratna looks at him terror-stricken. Jairaj advances towards her. What did you say? She too has given Shankar? Grabs Ratna. What did you say? She too has given Shankar? Let's go of her. You? Ratna. Screaming. No. Jairaj rushes up the stairs. Ratna looks up and slowly goes up the stairs as music plays. The lights dim. She exits hurriedly. The music culminates in a scream which comes from the older Ratna. The garden changes into the living room. The music, however, continues, perhaps muted. The lights remain subdued. The older Ratna comes down the stairs almost in a trance. The older Jairaj enters, and stands in shadows, watching her as she sits down. He moves and stands beside her. They are both fixed in a spotlight. All sense of time is abandoned now. Jairaj. It's settled. We move next month. The demolishers will arrive then. They will start with the front. That will be easy to pull down, the new portion. This may be a little more difficult. They made tough buildings in the old days. And tough people, but even tough people like my father get knocked down. Spotlight picks up the younger Jairaj and Ratna in the dance hall. They are both in dance costume. Ratna is helping Jairaj with his sash and they both wear their dancing bells during the older Jairaj's speech. They smile a lot and perhaps even laugh. We have moved to our flat. A posh flat. Our balcony overlooks the top of a gulmohar tree. They were planning to cut it off, I'm told. It obstructs the traffic, but it was saved by a group of retired old men in this building. I think I was one of them. Did I tell you Lata had called when you had gone to visit Chandrakala? She was happy to know that you two are the best of friends. I told her how much you two have in common. Arthritis to start with. She called to say that her baby spoke her first word today. It sounded like jalebi. The younger Jayraj strikes a pose. The younger Ratna laughs and hits him playfully. Today my liver ceased to function. And I followed suit. You died too. Out of boredom, I suspect. Our flat is empty now. It belongs to Lata and Viswas. I see you coming to what seems to be heaven, riding with death on a buffalo. You get off and I greet you. The buffalo vanishes. Flute, and we embrace. We smile, and we dance. The younger Jayraj and Ratna smile and embrace. We dance perfectly, in unison, not missing a step or a beat. We talk and laugh at all the mistakes we made in our previous dances. The younger Ratna strikes a pose which the younger Jayraj seems to disagree with. We were only human. We lacked the grace. We lacked the brilliance. We lacked the magic to dance like God. The younger couple is ready to dance and salute the audience while the music builds up and the spotlights fade.